Welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial. Today's review will be breaking news in Yuba County. Let's get into it. So this movie, with all the movies that's coming out, this is it's set up for it's like a drama mystery, but it's really like a quirky comedy. It's not really a drama to me or whatever. You got a cast of Mila Kunis. She plays as Nancy, and the main character is Allison Janney. She plays as Sue Buttons, and Nancy and Sue are sisters. And you have Wanda Sykes plays as Rita. Rita, she owns a little hardware type store. You got Ramirez played by Regina Hall. She's a detective, and you have Jimmy Simpson plays as Petey Bottoms. And then you have who else is in this movie? Then you have Matthew Modine. He plays as Carl Buttons. He's the wife, of course, to the main character Sue Buttons, and the brother to Petey Buttons. And that's pretty much it as most notable actors and actresses. And this movie is like I don't want to say the underdog type movie, but you have, in a sense, you can say that you have Sue Buttons. She's going through life, mid-aged woman, and she is not respected. She's a nice, sweet-hearted person, but people take advantage of her sweetness, and she's nice, and so they just basically run over top of her and don't value her. And her birthday is coming up, and it's nothing worse for you to be around people, and I guess when you're nice to people, and then you with around people all the time, and your birthday come up and people don't celebrate you, don't even acknowledge that it's your birthday. So that's what's happening in her situation. She's at work, and the people come at work, and they're coming with a cake, and she think it's for her, and it's for another coworker, but her birthday is on the day too. Her husband, you find out right away that he's into something. He works at a bank, and he's laundering money for some people that Petey, his brother, is linked with, and he don't want to launder money with them no more. But he has a plan, I guess, to either he tried to switch banks, and they found out where he was at, and he has a plan to get away with the money or whatever he was planning on doing. So it's Sue's birthday. She sets up her own dinner for her and her husband to go out. She calls the restaurant and sets it up. And in her mind, she's pretty much like, she's saying affirmations, looking in the mirror, telling herself she's worth it. She's, she's beautiful. All things that other people ain't telling her. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dag, they really treating her like crap. So her plan is to approach her husband. Hey, you gonna take me out to dinner for my birthday? And she sees her husband. She was going to go see him at work, but then she sees him from the car, and he got flowers. So she thinking he Gary run off to her to come bring her flowers. He Gary surprise her, but nor she follows behind him, and she sees he ends up at a little brand down motel, and so she could hear him greeting somebody else. So you already know what that's heading for. So she doesn't just drive off. In her mind frame, she's like, pretty much, I'm gonna go address this. So she goes to the front desk, asks the front desk woman, hey, pretty much, you pretty much my husband locked us out, and I need to get in a room or whatever. And so the lady at the front desk was not even really doing just like a little motel, and without even doing no check, gives her the spare key. So she goes to the room, And when she gets in the room, her husband is having sex with his mistress. And so when he see that, she walks in the room. He's so shocked, he catches a heart attack and dies. Now, the wife, Sue, is standing over top of him, and the girlfriend is screaming. I mean, well, the side woman, she's screaming. So Sue slaps her and pretty much tell her get her stuff together. So Sue is not really that upset because she's looking at it like you kind of got what you deserve. You treated me like crap, and now here you go. And then she pretty much said, hey man, you caught you basically caught a heart attack because of this. So she smacked his side girlfriend and told her that she'd take care of it. So then thoughts start happening in her mind. So during this time, there is like somebody on TV, a newscaster. She is like promoting for missing people. So it's this missing girl that's in the town, and the woman is she's played by Juliette Lewis. The sports caster person got her own show. Name is Gloria Michaels, and so you keep seeing her on the news promoting this little girl that's missing. And so Sue gets the idea to say, well, I'm gonna say my husband's missing. And so she buried the husband in the little motel area in the ground. And she didn't look into none of his stuff. She just, whatever he had, she put it all in a hole and pulled him in and buried him. And came home, she was upset, so she knocked some things around, and she was just going on with the lie. So then she used that, her getting upset and the damage in the house, as basically she came home, he never came home, and she woke up and it was damaged downstairs, and he's missing now. And so meanwhile, the bad guys that the husband was doing the money laundering for, they're coming looking for him because they want their money. Did you launder the money? And nobody knows where he's at but the wife, of course. So now these bad guys, they're terrorizing the community pretty much, and going after anybody that may know where the husband at, where his whereabouts, because he got $3 million of their money. So now all these chain of events is happening, and this is where the quirky, funny moments is happening. This is not like a hilarious comedy movie, but if you ain't got nothing to watch and you happen to see it, you could tune in and, got some moments in there. And Wanda Sykes, PD works at Wanda Sykes' little hardware store, and Wanda Sykes' character is pretty much gun-ho. She wants some action, so she got a gun. She know PD used to be in crime, and she want PD to do some crime so she could do some damage with her. She has a girlfriend that works at the store with her, and the girlfriend didn't want PD there because he was an ex-convict or whatever. So Wanda's giving him a chance, but Wanda is trying to help him figure out what happened to his brother. The bad guys, of course, come approach him like, hey, where's your brother at? And then, we telling him basically we got your brother, but they're lying because they see Sue on TV telling her lie or whatever. So you got Romero, the detective. She's starting to be suspicious of Sue, pretty much like, seems funny. But the captain is like, nah, this woman lost her husband. You're going too hard or whatever. But Ramirez, played by Regina Hall, is pretty much don't believe the story. So all these things going on. Miley Kunis' character, the sister, her role is she never really she always kind of like crapped on her sister in a sense, but the sister pretty much called her out on it, like, when we was younger and we was walking holding hands and somebody in the neighborhood made fun of me and you released my hand because you said that we was your stepsister, I wasn't your real sister or whatever. So that's kind of a reflection on how people always been treating her, but she always still embraced her sister. So that made Nancy feel some type way. So she pretty much was like, I gotta, I was crappy to my sister, I gotta make up. So she did come through at a moment where they was going to bring her down, but they flipped it and saying that the police was coming down too hard on her, and this is a woman that's going through a lot, so it backfired. So with it, no, long story short, everybody started getting killed off, and the bad guys was killing everybody in the neighborhood. The mistress, she popped up. They end up killing her. We find out that the bad guys, the dad is the real boss with the money, and so he's in on everything too. So they're trying to figure out where's the money at, where is the husband, and so eventually they grabbed Sue, and they said, "Where's the husband?" And she said, "I know where they at. Don't kill my sister." They was going to kill her sister, and they shot her sister or whatever, and so she takes them where she buried her at. Meanwhile, Ramirez and her partner shows up, and they're checking the footage, and they see Sue was on the footage. Now the person that owns the motel basically is like, they could care less. They're like, oh, this is just a homicide investigation. Kept it moving. So in the process of Sue being there digging up her husband's body, the detectives is there. So she's getting ready to leave, and she sees Sue over there and digging whatever. So she sees what's going on from afar. They dig the husband's body up. He got this big bag that she just threw in there and never looked in there, and see that it was money. And she's like, all this time it was money in there. Wow. And so of course the other detective first told the head guy boss that hey, you need to freeze or whatever. Of course he ain't listen. So they had a shootout, shot each other. Ramirez comes, she gets in the shootout, she gets shot, and the head boss, he's killed. Ramirez is sitting there, she got shot like in the chest, and it just showed, Sue telling her, hey, I'm gonna tell everybody you did great, you protected me, or whatever. Now Sue been adding on to her lies the whole movie, adding and adding and adding, and so she's like, I'm gonna tell everybody you saved me and everything, and then Ramirez said F you, and then it looked like she died or whatever because she got shot in the chest, but so that's how they played it. And all you see is like Petey was still alive, him and his wife, because his wife killed one of the bad guys when they came to their house. She was pregnant. She killed one of the guys, and then one of the Wanda Sykes' girlfriend killed the other bad guy. And so pretty much it was 3 bad guys throughout the film. They all got killed, and Sue at the end of the movie, she shows back up on Gloria Michael's show like a year later, where she then wrote a book, basically like Believe in Yourself type book or whatever, and you know what I'm saying. So it was a quirky movie. I probably gave too much of detail in this review. Nevertheless, it's a 4 in my 4-star rating system. I give this movie 1.5 out of 4 stars. 1.5 out of 4 stars. Wasn't really much, wasn't too humorous. It had its moments, just something to watch. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Till next time.